Okay, I'm going to talk through the grammar presentation that's on pages 260 and 261 in your book, and this is about gerunds and the different ways that gerunds work in English sentences. First of all, we can use the gerund as a subject of a sentence, and here are some examples. Kayaking involves some risks. Swimming builds endurance. Not inviting him will cause resentment. And you can see how I can make it a negative gerund that way. Then the gerund can also be the object of a sentence. Remember, a gerund is a kind of noun, so that's why it can be either the subject of a sentence or the object of a sentence. So I can say they enjoy kayaking. I went swimming. We don't advise not inviting him. Then the gerund can also be a complement. I use this word complement instead of object when the verb is a non-action verb. There is my dog barking. I can say my sport is skiing. My problem is not exercising, and you can see the negative gerund there. And a gerund can also be the object of a preposition. The object of a preposition is a noun or a noun phrase. So since a gerund is a noun, it can be the object of a preposition. She insists on going out every weekend. He's used to giving parties. They have a reason for not inviting Michael. Poor Michael really seems to be left out of this party. And here we're getting into some kind of difficult new things that you'll look at in this next lesson in Focus on Grammar. I can use a possessive. Because the gerund is a noun, it can belong to somebody. It's a possessive. So I can say something like, Bob and Helen worry about Emily's having so few friends. Or Bob and Helen worry about her having so few friends. Or Bob and Helen worry about the children's having so few friends. Bob and Helen worry about their having so few friends. So that first sentence, what that means is when I say Bob and Helen worry about Emily's having so few friends, it means the same thing as Bob and Helen worry because Emily has so few friends. And finally, another kind of strange and new thing that you're going to learn about is the fact that gerunds can be active or passive. Even though they've become nouns, now they can still have a passive form like a verb. So I can say something, okay, inviting them to her wedding was a nice gesture on her part. There it's in the active. And then I can say being invited to her wedding was a great surprise to them. So now this has become a passive gerund. This is in the present tense, and when you go into the past tense, I get this having invited. This is in the active voice. Having invited them to her wedding made her feel good. Having been invited to her wedding is a fond memory for them. Having been invited. Here you have passive tense and a passive gerund, and past tense, and we'll be talking about all that later in this lesson.